correct. So we got it right. Hello. So this is another audio recording live from prison being produced for criminal justice students. So today I'm fortunate to have with me Jon Marvin. Jon, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Jon Marvin. Actually, it's Jonathan Marvin. I am 46 years old and have been in prison for far too long. And that's okay. So now we're going to do some questions?
Yeah. So now we're going to do some questions. So the way this works, we're live in a prison day room. We pass the prison phone back and forth, interviewer, questioner. So, Jonathan, I didn't know that was your name, so that was surprising. I just learned something new today. All right, Jonathan, I'm not going to tell nobody else. So the first question we have for you here today, is there such a thing as humane prisons?
Well, I'd like to say yes, but I have to say no, because prison by its very nature is inhumane in the sense that it's really designed to break a person down to the very basics of their instincts, and I think that by the very design of it, it can't be humane because we're being deprived of our liberty, and that by its nature is inhumane existence.
What should the future of prisons look like?
Well, I think right now the focus of prisons is on, well, I'd say on punishment. And I think that really in order to rehabilitate and get people back to a place of reestablishing and really restoration, I think they have to be empowered. And the way that I've viewed empowerment is to actually give people a choice and control over their own lives. And by empowerment, I think that people should work for a living and in more cases than not, be required to work and actually be productive, earn a living wage that they can, help to restore their victims and also help to provide for their families. And I think that's what a prison of the future would look like. More of a tech school or more of a college campus as opposed to a place of punishment.
What is the prison experience like?
Well, it starts off pretty rough, and as you become acclimated to it, I think that it becomes easier and easier, which goes hand in hand with the humane aspect of it, because you lose a certain aspect of your humanity living in, in conditions where you're with nothing but other men, and not the best of men on a good day. And so, the whole prison experience really, I would say, people like to equate it to boot camp or, being in the military, but it's unlike anything else because you're not allowed to really be empowered. Our empowerment comes through the small things that we do, interviews on the phone, some artistic expression, being able to make a good meal. So I think that by and large the prison experience really is one of one of deprivation. We're being deprived of our freedom, and because we're deprived of our liberty, we're deprived of all those other things, even a good, authentic hug. So that's by and large, I think, what our prison experience is like.
A hug is important. I could use one right now, not from you, but I would like a hug possibly later from somebody. I need a hug. So, final question. What should people on the outside know about people in prison?
That's a really good question, and I would have to say that, I'm myself, I'm college educated. I've got numerous degrees. I'm not some bum that just happened to have a bad day. I had a whole string of bad decision-making that culminated in, my own responsibility in fessing up for my role in my actions. But more importantly, I think what people on the outside should know is that, really the face of prisoners or the face of people outside. We just happen to be in a situation where
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded,
where we're being held accountable for the things that for the wrongs that we've committed. And some of us, by all means, are maybe not be as guilty as others. But I'd really like people to know that, by and large, people in prison are striving to make amends and make a better life for themselves, both here and when we get out of here. So, yeah, that's that.
John, do you mind sharing your level of education as far as what kind of degree you attained?
Let's see. Well, outside I got an associate's. Inside I got another associate's. Probably got enough to really culminate all my credits and get a bachelor's. And then I've done all kinds of extracurricular educational stuff since I've been in. Taught quite a few classes, and really appreciate education as a whole.
Any final words, anything on your mind, lastly, that you would like to share with criminal justice students?
I think that I'd like them to understand and know that a lot of prisoners are, I don't want to say that we're victims of circumstances, but we're victims of our own poor decision making. And having realized that, a lot of us are in positions that we can make better decisions, and because of that, we get to participate in a little bit more of that restorative justice aspect than, say, somebody that's your neighbor or something like that. So because of our unique situation, we are in a position that we can really address those kind of things, and that's that.
That was Jonathan Marvin. Thank you for listening. Please keep learning. Learn.